Hey, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning back in. I got a short video today of something I want to talk about that is kind of, a little sneaky trick, tip, whatever you want to call it, in the early fall when the temperatures are just starting to turn a little, especially at night, cooling the water off a little bit. This is just something that you see a lot of, and something you can do to help yourself catch a few more fish. And some days it can be the difference between just catching a few to really having a good day. So I'll tell you about that in just a second. First, I want to thank everybody for subscribing, for all the comments and feedback on all my videos, and especially those who subscribed. I really appreciate it. You're helping the channel grow, and it inspires you for me to just keep making content, to things that'll bring you guys back, and hopefully things that'll also, more importantly, help you catch more fish, because that's what this is all about. So I want to thank for all the likes, comments, feedback, and to all you that have subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed, I would ask that you consider it. Like I say, it's a way to really help the channel grow, and I plan on keep bringing back as much as I can, as many ideas and things I've learned that I think will help you guys catch more fish. So let's get into today's short video. What you see a lot of times in the early fall, and I know this from years of fishing, and I've already seen it already this year, is you start to see a lot of real small, tiny bait fish. I mean, just like an inch, 2 inch, just real small bait fish. Seems like you see that in the early fall more than any other time of the year. That coinciding with one other thing that happens, and everyone knows in the fall that a lot of the bass's feeding habits turn toward bait fish anyway. So a combination of them feeding on more bait because they're looking for the shad schooling up, they're looking for the herring schooling up, whatever the bait fish in your lake or river, same thing in a river may be. There's one thing more than anything else you can do to mimic that, and that is throw a little compact spinnerbait. When I say compact means two things. It's usually a 1/4 ounce or 3/8 ounce spinnerbait, because I want to keep it higher in the water column, and it's easier to do that with a 1/4 and a 3/8. 1/2 ounce is something I throw a lot more in the spring or in the summer if I'm throwing a spinnerbait. 1/2 ounce to 3/4 to keep it deeper. Once they start feeding on shad in the fall, the fish, the bass, seem to start feeding up more in the water column. The bass are going to follow the forage, the shad, the bait fish, and a lot of those bait fish are starting to come up as the water cools, come out of the deeper water into the shallows, into the backs of the creeks, and as the water temperature continues to cool off, the bass are right behind them. So they're often feeding up. That was one thing I mean by compact, either 1/4 ounce or 3/8 ounce spinnerbait, smaller head. The more important thing when I say compact is the blade size. You want to go with as tiny of blades that are the most closely resemble the size of the bait fish that you are trying to match. This time of the fall, the early fall, I like to use the small spinnerbaits with the small willow leaf blades. There are several companies that make those. In the last, we'll just say last several years, a lot more people are coming out with a spinnerbait that mimics this in the fall because there's so many small bait fish. So as always, I don't really have a preference to anything as far as which one I throw. I just look for a good compact spinnerbait with 3 to 4 small willow leaf blades and a good shad color. I don't go with a lot of different colors. You guys know by now I keep it kind of basic. that's either this is just a shad, Tennessee shad color, or either chartreuse and white. A lot of times in the river, a chartreuse and white with a gold blade and 2 silver blades is something that I like to throw. So the shad or the chartreuse and white. This particular spinnerbait is made by a bait company called North Star Bait. And I like it because this is something I don't see a lot in a lot of spinnerbaits. You see them use that rubber band collar and it comes off a lot. They hand tie their spinnerbait skirts on just like they do, a lot of people do their jigs, and that holds that spinnerbait skirt on a lot longer. And I just like their skirt material. It's real fine, it's real thin, and it looks good in the water. Another small spinnerbait, compact spinnerbait, but with Indiana and Colorado blades on it, is the little Accent Jacob Wheeler spinnerbait. Now, let me tell you this about spinnerbait blades. The warmer the water, like right now, it's still high to mid 70s until it gets down into, I'd say, low 60s. I will keep throwing the willow leaf. Once it gets down below the mid 60s and starts getting the lower 60s and in the 50s, I'll go with the Colorado Indiana. And like I said, this is the Accent Jacob Wheeler spinnerbait. This is a 3/8. And it's got it's got a Colorado and an Indiana blade on it. A little bit bigger blades. This is just a little Strike King double Colorado 1/4 ounce spinnerbait. So when the water's warmer, I'll go with the willow leaf blade setup. As it cools down, I'll go with the Colorado. As far as trailers, you see a couple of these that have trailers on. A lot of times in the fall, I won't throw a trailer at all on the spinnerbait. It just depends on, you know, if I need a little bit more weight on it, if it's a lot of wind and I need a little bit more weight to help me cast it where I'm trying to get the bait to, I'll put one up there. But a lot of times in the fall, I don't use a trailer at all. So this was just a short video because you do see so much of what's happening in the fall, especially now, to say early till late November, early December, is keying on baitfish. And a lot of the baitfish are so small and so tiny. This was just something I thought of, and I know it's something I see and have seen for years. And it's just something in the fall to help you get a few more bites and help you catch some more fish. So I hope this is helpful. If you got any comments, questions, if you want to let me know of another company that makes a small compact spinnerbait, then that'd be great. I'm always up for trying new baits. This, like I said, this one, the North Star, is something I started buying a couple of years ago. Tackle Warehouse sells all 3 of these: the Strike King, the Accent Jacob Wheeler, and this North Star spinnerbait. They sell all of those. So thanks for watching. I hope everybody has some opportunity to get back on the water. As the water cools, the fishing should get better. September can be a tough month. First part of October also, but as the water cools and the days get shorter, the fish start to bite better, the bait groups up, and things really can be fun in the fall. It's one of my favorite times to fish. So thanks again for watching, guys. I will see you on the next video, and tight lines. Thanks for watching.